Yo.
All right, hi, hello, and welcome everyone. My name is Natasha. We're going to be doing some art today. I'm going to figure out what I'm doing. I'm just looking up some Procreate tutorials right now. I'm not very familiar with Procreate. I've used it a little bit in the past, but not too much. And I don't have an Apple Pencil, so I'm just working with a stylus. I'm trying to make the camera catch the light better. It doesn't want to focus properly on this already. It was focusing on this before earlier, so I'm like, come on, you can do it. Anyways, if it doesn't work once I actually start on a thing, I will switch it again. But yeah, my name is Natasha. We do co-working as well as creative streams, things like fashion design, art, all sorts of cool stuff. So stick around. We're going to experiment with some Canva stuff. So I did a couple things this week that were fun, kind of some lettering. Yeah, it's not showing up at all. Some lettering things. I don't want to turn it too dim or I won't be able to see it myself. Yeah, okay, that's a bit better. Some lettering things, kind of like the different colored letters that show through. And I was working through a couple of different things like that. I found this one tutorial that, I don't know, this one brush ended up doing these really cool things, but then the brush stopped working after a little bit. And I don't know how I screwed it up because the brush stopped being able to use color. It could only go in white. And I'm like, it obviously did work in color at one point, so I changed something at somewhere, but other brushes still work. With that, yeah, wow, the color really won't show up on the camera though. That's really frustrating. Like I can't dim the screen. I can dim the screen more, but I won't be able to see what I'm doing. So what else can I do here? I guess I better experiment with the camera settings. All right, what camera are we on? What filters are on this camera right now? There's one color correction filter. Okay, it's not doing too much, but it does make it a little bit brighter. I don't really want to mess with things. But it's not showing up on camera, which sucks because I also was very careful to try to make it show up on camera. Okay, hold on. Maybe if I put more lights on, it'll show up better. I don't know if I put the ring light on. Yeah, if I light up the desk more, it shows up more. Okay, so maybe that's the solution then. Okay, we'll try that. Yeah, so I'm just looking up some tutorials for Procreate on the other computer, and we're gonna find something to do, probably some fashion thing. But yeah, this one brush was really cool while it worked, and then I learned how to do this shadow effect and stuff, but then it stopped working, so that was less cool. And then I have a couple brushes and papers and stuff that I've acquired that just have some cool textures and things. And yeah, like I said, I don't use Canva very often. The last fashion illustration I did in Canva was years ago, and it was that one. And then yeah, then I have some more on my phone because I was using my phone for a while, so I didn't have my tablet with me. But yeah, let's see what we got on the other computer for illustration tutorials. Oh no, my nail just chipped. I'm so mad. And I'm going out of town for tomorrow, so I don't have time to really fix it. That's so frustrating. I don't mind if the red comes off because that's just kind of an extra layer, but the actual acrylic gel polish is chipped too, so that's really frustrating. Darn it. Is this an actual tutorial or just someone showing their process? That's not what I want at all. This one says tutorial and it's 10 minutes long. Do we get actual instructions? Nope. Once again, it is just someone showing what they're doing. That's not at all helpful. I need you to tell me how to use all of the Procreate stuff. And not make me download your brush set. That's the other problem with Procreate tutorials. Half the time you can't follow someone's tutorial unless you have their brushes, you bought their brushes. And it's okay. Like, are any of these actually tutorials? They're all just like process videos, which is fine, but I'm specifically searching for tutorials here. Oh, here's someone's talking. Okay, this could be it. Oh, I didn't turn my captions on. Hi, Solid Jade, how's it going?
Trace that and then just do a sketch of an idea, and you'll see here.
So this person's not a terribly good artist, but it's an actual tutorial, not just a process video. Let me check, see if I can find a better one though.
Made the actual top, and jeans are just kind of decorated with paint. But this is how you would use this technique: is Procreate, sketch, and then put your idea.
There's a couple more down here.
So first, you can go to Pinterest and get a Procreate. You just type in Procreate fashion.
You are resting today and taking care of yourself. That's excellent to hear. I hope you're having a lovely day. I hope it's going well for you. I had a weird day. It was like bizarrely productive because I don't think I got anything done that I wanted to get done, but I did get a lot of stuff done. So, you know, one of those days. And then I knew I wanted to do art club today, so I took a nap because I'm like, I want to go to bed. And I'm like, no, just take a nap and then do art club because I know I'm going to be gone tomorrow. So I won't be streaming tomorrow. I'm like, I better stream today.
This kind of figures you can find Pinterest or just Google. It's usually just like a female or male figure, which...
Oh, I was hoping I could use my tablet horizontally today because it works better with the camera setup. But if I'm doing fashion illustration, I'm going to want it vertical.
In my opinion, it's very good way for designers.
Okay, let me look through a couple of these before I pick one.
In today's video, I'll show you how to paint simple people.
No, this isn't that one at all. Actually, that was kind of a watercolor one, but...
Hello everyone! Today's video is an introduction on how to sketch fashion design with an iPad.
Okay, looks good.
I personally love hand-drawn fashion design sketches like this one. And in this video, I want to share some secret tips for drawing them nicely. Here are a few samples like this.
Yeah, your sketches look great. Tell me more.
Drawing figures can be difficult.
If I find a good video, I'll post it in the chat.
For those who feel the same way, once you watch this video, you'll be able to draw it really well, so feel free to make use of it.
Okay, cool.
Alright, first, you need to find some templates you can use as a reference.
Okay, I don't need a template, but I do need a canvas.
Like this one, you can download a template where only the outline of figures is drawn from websites.
Okay, cool. Next.
I also suggest you use this thing called Pinterest to look for your templates.
Okay, I don't need a
Do you know what
template.
Pinterest is?
Yes.
It's an app where you can create a collection of personal
Next.
design work.
Next.
At this tab. So go ahead and type in these 3 words. Model.
Okay, I don't need your help finding a template. Show me how to use Procreate.
This is the one I took a screenshot of, which is
Thank you.
what we are going to use this time.
Okay.
Once you take a screenshot, you can start drawing using Drawing app, but the app we're going to use this time is called Procreate, which is my favorite app. How this works is that you can drag and drop your image or template from your camera roll into Procreate. As we are going to draw just one figure,
Okay, I'm just importing
you
some
erase
paper.
first with an eraser tool.
Okay.
adjust opacity and set it to around 10% so you can slightly see it. Add the layer on top, and on top of that,
Okay, so she's just like adding layers and stuff.
When tracing, you can draw your
What's this
close
layer?
by tracing the outline.
I don't know what all these layers are. Okay, so
Just trace it and blend
I want you to tell me what brushes to use and stuff. You're not telling me
and
anything.
all you have to do is simply
She did tell me to use a couple layers. That's the only useful information I've gotten so
you can
far.
slightly see it.
And I already knew that.
As we are going to draw this one figure, you can erase the rest using an eraser tool.
Okay, she erased a bunch of stuff with the eraser. Cool.
Opacity and set it to around 10% so you can slightly see it.
Okay.
Add
Yeah.
the layer on top, and on top of that, use a thin brush to trace the figure.
A thin brush.
When tracing, you can draw your favorite clothes by tracing the outline
This is not how to use Procreate. This is just how to
of the legs.
use a template. And I don't even want to use a template. I just want to know stuff about Procreate. Like, this tutorial could have been on paper. It has nothing to do with Procreate, except that she is actually using Procreate. Why is it so complicated? You're not going to give me any Procreate tips at all?
When coloring, we'll use a watercolor brush this time. I introduced some ways to color in Procreate and to draw illustrations in my other videos, but what I did was basically daub them all over. But this time, we
Okay.
want to leave the impressions.
This isn't really helping much either because also her iPad is in Japanese, so I can't really like even just watch what it is she's tapping on the screen. So I think I'm going to find a different one, even though her work is pretty. She's not very tutorial-y. What's this other one I was looking at?
I mean, fashion creators without fashion. I mean, Procreate gives us focal lines. So I found my figure on Pinterest. I think they have this series of
Okay.
very nice drawn figures.
Using a croquis as well.
The aesthetics of it, and
But-
I just dropped it in Procreate and put it in a separate layer and changed the opacity and then created another layer. And
I should just make a
with
croquis so that they
pencil
can stop
brush,
complaining
I'm
at me for a
going
while.
to create basically
Whoa, undo.
the outfit, also the hair, shoes, clothes on it, so everything with this very beautiful base. And I'm starting with
Just testing to see what
the
brushes I've
outfit.
got.
Meanwhile, I just wanted to also tell you that it's very important to be able to create this fashion figure. And I mean, if you're an illustrator, you
I feel like I want it a
probably
bit darker
would
than that.
have to learn it anyway, because sometimes you need to do your fashion sketches on paper and you'll need to do it quickly. But if you are an iPad illustrator, or you not an illustrator but you're a designer, and for some reason you just started to be a designer, you didn't do design school, you didn't do enough sketching and enough practicing, but you just need your illustration to be done, and you just,
Oh, like a
I
clean
don't know,
line.
from my experience of working as a fashion illustrator,
Just
I
testing out
didn't
different
do
brushes now.
it for like I didn't get an education as a fashion artist or fashion designer or even artist. It's all purely self kind of driven.
Oh, that one has too much.
thing. And for me,
iPad has this thing, or Procreate has this thing where it like can add like this add curve to your lines, like smooth them out, and it's great if you're doing calligraphy, but it's like really infuriating if you're used to your lines going exactly where you put them. And I've started to get used to it for calligraphy, but yeah, it's still, I'm trying to figure out if this is the right brush for me right now. I think it might be. I think it might be if I just take that down a couple, just a slight bit in size, like there. That should be. I think this brush still has too much motion in it, so I'm gonna try a different one. It's called Syrup, so I'm assuming that's why. This one also, see how like when I move it, it kind of like shifts after I move? I don't necessarily want that. And I could turn that down, but I don't want to mess with all the brushes. Oh, that one doesn't have a taper on the end of it. We're just gonna find something nice. Technical pen, what does that do? Oh, see that one doesn't, it goes where I put it. I like that one, we'll use that one. So again, I'm just kind of testing things out here. I think that could come down in size a bit. Not more. Okay, so we're going to draw a croquis for ourselves just because they keep wanting that. But first of all, we are going to add a new layer. Oh, we did already. Okay, so new layer, and then let's add a darker color here. I guess I will do the croquis in black because that way I can use it as a template.
Absolutely. I mean, Procreate is absolutely amazing too.
Her head should be smaller than that. Ah. So again, I'm just getting used to all of this. Okay, so head.
Just maybe sometimes skip that step.
Okay, I just want
you don't have time for, or you don't particularly like, or maybe you're just learning how to sketch a fashion figure. So yeah, I think this is great, and if you have this tool, we really need to use it. That's my opinion. Although somebody may tell you that, oh, you're tracing, that's not very, it's cheating. I think it's all, sorry, I think it's a very silly thing to say, because
okay, that's great. I don't see, all these fashion illustrator tutorials are just about how much they love using croquis, and it's like, that doesn't help me use goddamn Procreate. I don't. Once I have the croquis, you're not actually telling me all the stuff you're doing about see, look, now she's still a little bit. I think I can move layers actually. Can I do that? How do I move a layer? I know that's a thing I can do. I can shift a whole layer. I think I have to select it or something. Can I do that? Oh. I'm pretty sure there's a way to do this, but I don't know how. Select.
So as you can see, our first draft is ready, and
I'm just like guessing. Nah, that's not what I want. Darn.
Fashion figure layer, and currently I did a little bit less opacity, and in a new layer I'm using the technical pen brush.
So I want her up a little bit because, or smaller. Can I make the layer smaller?
I think I'm going to speed up this one again, but I covered a lot with the outline on a previous video where
select.
It was just,
can I select everything? Select everything, and then
but, yeah, I think
I
this
want
technical pen is really
to.
cool too as well, because
I don't know, make it smaller.
just,
See, this is the kind of tutorial I need, and instead I'm getting nothing.
So just pay attention to details and outline what.
Did you tell me what brush you're using and stuff? No.
And outline. But yeah, I think this technical pen is really cool too as well, because it's just creates this very nice line, and also just pay attention to.
Did you tell me what brush you're using?
I'm using the technical pen brush, and
you finally actually gave me some useful information. New layer.
the technical pen brush, and I'm starting to outline, and I think I'm going to speed up this one again. But,
technical pen brush. What was that?
Less opacity, and in a new layer, I'm using the technical pen brush, and I'm starting to outline.
What category were you in? God damn it, lady. Is it like, is this a brush everyone has, or is this a specific brush you have? You know what I mean? Oh, Procreate doesn't tell you what set you're on. Yes, it does. No, this is a specific set of brushes she has, so that's super not helpful. God damn, why is this always so complicated? Why are I should make a goddamn tutorial on Procreate for fashion illustration, because this is frustrating that all the top videos that came up when I searched Procreate fashion illustration tutorial are useless, like absolutely useless. They'd be great if you wanted to know how to do a fashion illustration, but they have nothing for how to use Procreate. and I already know how to do a fashion illustration. I want tips on Procreate. Okay, so yeah, I don't have a... I've got like pencils and I've got inking, but I was already in inking, and I'm literally already using a technical pen. So yeah, you know, I got there already. That's fine. Useless.
And I'm starting to outline.
Okay, that's cool. All right, I have a feeling I'm gonna need to look for another tutorial.
So here I build the pen.
Yeah, this is cute and all. Your stuff looks nice, but not the stuff I need help with. I want tips on the Procreate part. Oh, tell me what brush you're using there. Did you just change the size of it, or did you actually change brush? Because she's got a thicker outlining brush.
Because that's me. And I usually adding these lines on the right side of the object, and the sketch kind of pop. So it's just make the sketch kind of pop.
She just changed the size of her brush. Okay.
And
she didn't even talk about it. God damn it, these people are bad at tutorials. Okay, what brush are you using for skin? That's the same thing, you're just doing outlines for it.
Okay guys, I think we just did a great job, and on a separate layer with a brush pen brush, we're starting to put some color, starting with the skin. With, I don't know, some color brush. We're starting to put some color, starting with the skin. With, I don't know, it's up to you, but I always starting with the skin. And remembering with the highlights.
Okay, she's just using something called brush pen. Do I have something called brush pen?
With the neck line, we just...
I mean, I have nice coloring watercolor pens.
But
Painting?
I just like this brush pen is a standard Procreate brush. And
It's a standard Procreate brush, she says.
And when you do a stroke, it's very pretty.
Where does it
line.
live,
So
lady? You didn't tell me where
just
brush
creates
pen
this very
lives
nice
in Procreate.
kind of volume
Because was she in her special folder, or was she in a particular folder? Nope, she's in her favorites folder, which is useless.
We have a lot of clothes.
None of these people know how to do tutorials.
Just put solid color there.
Okay, I should probably figure out how to favorite these
I
things.
just like this brush pen is a standard Procreate brush, and I just like to show
How do
it.
I make a favorites
And
folder?
when you do a stroke, it's very pretty solid line. So it just creates this very nice kind of volume shape.
Can't
So
believe
as you can see
the
on legs,
market
it's
is so
a little bit,
absolutely
leaving highlights
terrible
as well.
for this. Also, where is brush
I
pen?
think it looks kind of good this way with this brush. So first I'm doing
You said it
legs,
was a
then
standard
it's
brush,
gonna
but I
be-
can't find
Then
it.
we're going to do hair. Then we're going to do
Okay, what is she doing though? This is interesting. She's just kind of really loosely... Her coloring is actually very interesting. Like, her actual artistic
this
work is interesting. It's just her instructions are not... This is not a tutorial.
focus
This is very bad as a tutorial. This is just me critiquing Procreate tutorials now. Like, this is not even interesting. Oh, art club. Okay, that's cool. I see your actual work is interesting and your coloring is neat, but you're really just doing like flat coloring. And you didn't tell me how to do flat coloring, because sometimes on Procreate you can't get flat coloring and I don't know how to change that. Okay, is brush pen, where is brush pen? You said brush pen's a standard brush, but I don't see it. Calligraphy. Brush pen, it's under calligraphy. Brush pen. Okay, let me... New layer. Oh, I put the legs on a different layer. God damn it, I hate it when I do that. Okay. Okay, yeah, this color is very flat. Let me test it with another color and see if it remains flat. Like, see how when I draw across it, it doesn't change underneath. Like, it doesn't layer. It doesn't get darker where you cross over the lines. So that's kind of what I was interested in seeing, because that's what her work is doing right now. And I have a lot of brushes that do. Let me see if I can show you. So So like this brush, I think, if you cross over, see how it gets darker when you cross over it? So that's a completely different effect. But what was I just using? Brush pen doesn't do that. So that's very useful and interesting. Okay, again, this tutorial is not helpful. Let's switch to another one. Okay, I might just need to go to a regular like art tutorial instead. Someone who's actually making tutorial videos about Procreate. This one might be useful, but it's someone's brush set, and I feel like if I don't have their brush set, it's not going to be useful. But let's look it up, because maybe I can find similar brushes and then use the tutorial anyways.
Hi, this is a tutorial for Glom Fashion Brush Set. This tutorial requires knowledge of Procreate's basic functions.
No, that's what I want help with.
If you're new to Procreate, please take some time to learn the basic tools first.
I mean, I know the basics.
In this tutorial, you will learn how to use the brushes and different textures they can create.
This looks like a real tutorial though.
As there are 80 brushes in the set, I am grouping some of the similar brushes together and go through them group by group. There are 4 chapters in this video. You can find all chapters and timestamps in the video description below. Let's start with the chapter 1.
Group them in an area.
In this chapter, we are talking about the 3 basic techniques that are good to know up front, as they are the functions we'll be using.
Oh, let's save this as a croquis,
Let's
and
start
then
with
we
the
will
basic color adjustment first.
select. Okay, I had to learn how to do this. Also, my iPad is
I'm
slow.
using Mia,
Select.
and these 3 brushes for the
duplicate.
chapter 1.
There we go. Now I've got a croquis template.
In the Procreate file you have, the hair and the underwear of the models are in separated layers, so changing colors is easy.
I need more water.
Simply go to Adjustment, select Hue and Saturation, and adjust the colors down here.
Okay, this is not helpful. I don't want your
Some of you
croquis.
might want to change the lips color too. Next, basic cloths drawing. This is the basic structure of how I draw a piece of clothing. Draw a base layer first. Add textures or prints. Then add folds, shading, or other decorations on top. However, you need to use different techniques to draw opaque clothing.
Can I just say I am absolutely flabbergasted that this market is not at all being catered to on YouTube. Like, this is one of those moments where I really have to go like, oh, should I like consciously plan out like videos to teach myself Procreate and at the same time post them as tutorials, because they do not exist in this niche. Like, all the skills I want to learn absolutely exist in tutorials on YouTube already, but they should be accessible for someone who searches fashion illustration Procreate tutorial. Like, it should, the fact that that is not being catered to is definitely a market gap. And I'm just like, because also I think selling brushes on Procreate is you know, when you're doing tutorials is a thing you can do. And I feel like I could absolutely put a brush pack together, because I know how to modify brushes too. Like, I know how to make brushes way back from Photoshop and stuff, and Procreate. I've made brushes on Procreate already. So like, I know how to do that. So I could put a brush set together too. Oh, see, now my brain is just in business mode, because I hate it when there is a market gap and I'm like, someone should be making money off of this. And obviously this person is, but their tutorial is bad again.
Transparent clothing. Let's see how it's done.
Let's see how it's
The
done.
clipping mask technique.
Okay, see, this is useful. This is a
Let's
Procreate
use the
technique.
base brush to draw a simple shape of a maxi dress.
I suppose I'm supposed to have a person before I do this, but
I will refer this as the base layer.
I also,
If you
like,
want to
I haven't
draw
figured out how to like
inside
use
the base
Procreate
layer,
palettes
simply
very
create
well.
a new layer on top.
Let's start with a skin tone.
Make this layer a clipping mask. Anything you draw here will sit inside the base layer. Let's draw some texture with the leaf tool brush.
Cute.
For texture, I mostly leave the layer's blending mode as normal.
Okay, like that.
Then create another clipping
Okay,
mask
let's
layer
create
on top
a
for the folds.
person in here.
I
Oh, that's way
suggest
too
you
big.
change the blending
Oh, also, what
mode to
brush am I in?
multiply so that the color becomes darker.
Technical pen.
Use the smooth crease brush to paint some folds.
Nope, that's very textured. I'm also on a textured paper. Studio pen, I think, was the one. Was it studio pen? No, it was a technical
If
pen.
the folds gets too dark or the
Brush
color
pen.
is a bit off, you can lower
Nope,
the
these are
layer
all
opacity
textured. I guess they're all
or
textured
use
when they're
hue
colored.
saturation to
Even
adjust.
this one? Yeah, I guess the black didn't show up. Okay, hold up, tutorial. Let me make a body first. I guess I will just deal with the fact that everything's textured because I think that is kind of the idea. What do I want? Is Technical Pen the one I liked? Versus Brush Pen? No, it's not Brush Pen. Studio Pen. It was Studio Pen. That one has way better tapering. Okay, let's use Studio Pen. Good. Okay, so I'm on a separate layer. Yes, okay, we'll do the body on this layer. I don't really know what I'm doing here. Nope. That's better. Oh, this brush has a little bit of curve adjustment to it. That's not funny. Like if you do it, I usually drew my lines pretty fast because that's how I'm used to doing it on paper, but if you, see, I'm running out of room for her stupid feet, and that's what I didn't want, but I did not figure out how to move layers up. Okay, so I have to make her legs smaller or this isn't gonna work. Like her legs are gonna look stupid if I can't. Ooh, it's because this pink line is not where I want it. And this just covers over, doesn't it? Yes, good. Okay. Yeah, see, look, I'm super out of room for her feet. Nope. Nope. Better. This line is terrible. I don't think I like any part of that. Yeah, also that's not the way her leg should be going. Her leg is facing in like this. It should be more like that, maybe? I don't even know what pose I'm doing anymore. Yeah, that's better. This leg is awful. Eraser? I don't know how to use the eraser here. Oh, it's so skinny. Okay. Undo. Redo. Okay, eraser larger. I don't know what size that is. That's better. Okay, back to brush. Okay, the benefit of digital is that I can just make it bigger and then put the lines exactly where I want them. But I have to remember to actually make it bigger. I do like her little ankle there. So I'm not worrying about anything in the middle because I'm just going to color this all in. Yeah. Yeah, better leg shapes. They're all right. That foot's way smaller than the other foot though, so I need to fix that. Probably this foot should be bigger. I'm like, can I make this foot smaller? But no, I think it's this foot that needs to be bigger. So let's erase that and brush. How does that look? That's better. They look more like the same size now. Okay, arms. Lady needs some arms. Pose is kind of interesting, hey? Okay, we're getting somewhere now. Now that I stopped looking at the tutorial and just started being like, what do I want to do? I'm going to go back to the tutorial once I have a body here. Okay, what are her hands gonna do? I feel like her proportions are off because I ran out of room for her feet, but you know, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Okay, what is her hand gonna do? Really should just switch to a smaller brush, but I'm lazy, so I have to remember I don't have to just like brute force everything. It's digital. I can just make it bigger and put the lines exactly where I want. And it's so weird. I'm so used to working. Traditional media. I don't know what I'm doing with this hand over here. So again, I'm just kind of creating shapes here. I'm going to go in and fill it in with color in a bit here and adjust the lines. I guess this tutorial is making a fashion croquis. Not even a croquis. Like the step up from a croquis, like the full body part. Oh, I suppose I should do more of a traditional fashion. I never do. Where I want it. One thing I've learned is that you can make shapes if you just hold down when you do things. I do need to make the brush smaller to do her head here. So I have learned a little bit about Procreate. Okay, my brain. I always do, when I started drawing, the first thing I ever started drawing was anime. So my default brain tries to do anime head shapes when I'm drawing, and if I'm doing fashion, I have to remember to like kind of make it more fashion-y, more realistic. Okay, that's better. But still, they have a lot of kind of anime features because they have that very kind of like fancy cheekbone, a very skinny face, and kind of all that sort of aesthetic. So it's not too different. Okay, let's just color in, and then we'll do features later. Bigger. Not really know what I'm doing here. I think I can just fill, but I'm kind of hesitant to use fill. Fill's one of those tools that I think can really mess you up if you're not careful with it. But maybe if I actually... No, her body is weight. The head would have been the only part I could reasonably have used fill on, because I think the rest of her is going to be very... Okay, but I'm going to lose her line art here if I just color her in entirely. So what am I going to do? I guess I need a slightly lighter color, but I would need it to be a layer beneath. Oh, this is such a mess. I don't really know what I'm doing anymore. Let's switch to... I already started doing the fill though. That's fine. I guess what I need is a slightly darker color for the lines that cross over. Oh, let's do that then. Nope, I forgot I turned the brush big. Okay, what other lines cross over? None! Excellent. I won't worry about it then. Good. Okay, now I should have colored it in first, but you know, whatever. I don't know. Also, I feel like I don't know how to go back between colors I've just been using on Procreate. I feel like I end up having to find colors every time and like kind of guess whether they're the right ones or not. Okay, I suppose I do want to be... I should have done those lines on a higher layer, and I don't know why I didn't. Mostly because I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I should just redo that now. There's not a lot of work to redo that. New layer. Slightly darker color. Let's do it again. Just, oh, downsize. Okay, and then we're going to go back to the previous layer and go back to the other color and then just, oh, not that color. Yeah, and then just use that. And then I can go underneath here and it won't matter. Wonderful. I can make that bigger even. See, I feel like I'm taking a long time to do like what is essentially a color fill here, and like there's probably a way better way to do this, and it's probably the fill tool. But you know, we're all right. We're just practicing here. If anyone's actually good with Procreate, please let me know. Give me all of your tips to help. Oh, that's too big. Oh, I guess her hands would be the other thing that would have overlay lines. Again, I'm not going to worry about it too much. A little bit sloppy, but you know, whatever. Okay, and then I have to remember to save this as its own file before I start putting clothes on top of her. That's the kind of thing I don't mind just leaving kind of messy, because if her hand's like that, it's fine. Oh, yeah, see, it's got a little bit of that drag to it, and so if you try to like fill in an area, it doesn't want to, because it like drags past where you fill it in. You actually get it all covered. It's really weird. Okay, her thighs are two very different sizes here. Yeah, I'm gonna make that one skinnier. Use the eraser brush again here. Oh, what have I done there? Oh, we don't like any part of that. Nope. Gotta figure out where her knee's supposed to be. Jesus Christ. The problem is this line shouldn't be there, so let's just get rid of it. It's screwing me up. Okay, let's start again. Can I just like not screw up this knee? Is that even possible? Why am I struggling so much with this? I just want it to fit the line that's already there. Why is this so difficult? I mean, Jesus Christ, this is not doing what I want it to do. That's better. Okay. No, oh my God, how am I struggling with this leg so much? Legs are usually easy for me. That's a terrible knee. I don't even know what to tell you guys. That's just an awful, awful knee. Now I need some eraser going on. How are her legs so bad? Legs are usually easy for me. Whatever, it's not that bad. I mean, it's not great. Okay, sometimes you just need to like way overkill it with the eraser brush so that you can then redo it better. Nope. Nope. Oh my goodness, this leg is terrible. I don't actually care this much about this part of this thing. I really just wanted to get a thing so I could use some of these new tutorial stuff. That's probably fine. Last foot, and then we're going to do some clothes. I think I'm going to have to make my own stupid tutorials on this. Just so mad that I can't find what I want on YouTube. I feel like it shouldn't be that difficult. Nope. Alright, that's fine. Her feet look good. Her one leg is still really weird. But overall, she looks like a person. Cool. Yeah, I can live with that. Alright, save. Let's duplicate that and start another one. Select, Bing, duplicate. Cool. You. Nope. There we go. Okay, new layer. Additional layer. But above the clothes. Actually, I can group those. There we go. All right, so what is this person doing here? Because this is actually kind of interesting. So they started by drawing.
Examples. You can use the clipping mask technique to.
They started by drawing a dress in kind of a dark beigey color, but I'm gonna use a brown because her skin is very.
Then create
beige.
another clipping mask layer on top for the folds. I suggest you change the blending mode to multiply so that the color becomes darker. Use the smooth crease brush.
Oh, I
to
choose a
paint
different
some
brush.
folds.
Let's try the brush pen. No, technical brush.
But if the folds gets too dark or the color is a bit off, you can lower the layer opacity or use hue saturation to adjust.
That looks like the same color as her lines there.
Here are some examples you can use the clipping mask technique to create. However, if you want to create transparent clothing, this technique won't work. If you lower the opacity of the base layer to make it look transparent, the texture and the folds will be transparent too. So let's move on to the other technique that works with transparent clothing. The masking technique. Go back to use the base layer dress. Make sure it is 100% opacity. Select the layer. And while the layer is selected, create a new layer on top and select matte.
I think I need to be using a specific brush to this so that it can do a fill. Okay, let's actually pay attention to this tutorial for a minute.
Then add folds, shading, or other decorations on top. However, you need to use different techniques to draw opaque clothing and transparent clothing. Let's see how it's done. The clipping mask technique. Let's use the base brush to draw a simple shape of a maxi dress.
What the heck is the base brush? Oh my god, where does that live? Probably what I'm using is fine. Painting? Base brush. Is there a base brush? No idea. I'm just going to use the brush I'm already using. Am I on peppermint? Because I don't want to be on that. Let's do brush pen. I don't remember what I was just using. Was it technical pen? Probably. Nope. I liked that one. Fine, and then we're going to color that in with, I don't know, I guess a larger size brush. No, like way larger. Does this brush not go up larger? It does not. Okay, that's useless. Let's switch brushes. Brush pen. Okay, there we go. Have to be careful to get too close to the edge there. Nope, I went over. So I need to bring it down. I'm also okay if things aren't like perfect, right? Because it kind of gives it that sketchy look. Oh. Ended up kind of a red color accidentally. I wasn't trying for a red color, but it's fine. It's kind of nice. See how it did that weird shift thing? If you change direction, it doesn't like that. I don't have the Apple Pencil, so I'm working without pressure sensitivity, which means I kind of am using kind of some cheaty things to get things like tapering. Ooh, it's not a nice curve at all. Whoa. Probably should just make the brush different size here. This is kind of stupid. Nope. Why is that so difficult? Okay, fine, whatever. Close enough. That's a dress. Done. Nope, made it worse. I should just make the brush smaller, but I'm not going to because I'm lazy. Ugh, make it smaller. Fuck, not that small. Fine, there we go. Okay, all right, is that better? I still think this is garbage. See, I don't like that when it doesn't go where you put it, and that drives me nuts. It's good for calligraphy. It drives me nuts when I'm used to tools doing what I want. I don't need it to curve it out for me. I put it there because I wanted it there. Okay, fine. Let's go. Why? I'm spending so much time on all this little fiddly details that really don't matter. Okay, we have the base dress next. Now what?
I will refer this as the base layer.
Okay, cool. Base layer. Got it.
If you want to draw anything inside the base layer, simply create a new layer on top. Make this layer a clipping mask. Anything you draw here will sit inside the base layer.
Okay.
Let's draw some texture
New
with
layer
the leaf tool
on
brush.
top. Make it a
For texture,
clipping
I mostly
mask.
leave the layer's blending mode as normal.
Say that again.
At the base layer. Let's draw some texture with the leaf tool brush.
Do have some cool brushes.
For texture, I mostly leave the layer's blending mode as normal.
Did she change color?
Let's draw
She
some
didn't
texture
tell
with
us.
the leaf tool brush. For texture, I mostly leave the layer's blending mode as normal. Then create another clipping mask layer on top for the folds. I suggest you change the blending mode to multiply so that the color becomes darker. Use the smooth crease brush to paint some folds.
See, if I look at this, it'll show that I did put stuff down, but it wasn't visible. So let's undo.
But if the folds gets too dark or the color is a bit off, brush mode the mask layer on top for the folds. I suggest you change the blending mode to multiply so that the color becomes darker.
Cool, let's do that. Multiply. See, this is actual useful information here. No, oh my goodness, that's not what I want at all. It's not working. Hey, it is working! The brush is just very large. Okay. Cool. Undo. Also, I can get rid of the black layer. I don't need that one anymore. Oh, I guess I could just untoggle that whole layer. Okay, let's bring this brush size down. Not that far. That's better. Okay, so now I can just kind of do this, but that's still too large. Let's bring it down quite a bit. Okay, yeah, so I can just do this and put it on the dress. Okay, that's very, time consuming. It's okay. Okay, so this is one of those brushes that isn't really a brush so much as a stamp. So it's maybe not actually what I want. Let me see if I have anything else. Oh, it's a texture, I guess that's the difference. What do I have? Organic? Yeah, something like this might be more lacy because it'll actually act as a brush rather than just revealing a texture behind. Okay. Yeah, that's good. We like that. Okay, yeah, see how it actually layers over itself? I think I used too much of it. Let's take it back a notch. Okay, let's make it a little bit bigger and then... Oh, undo. Okay, not quite that big. There we go, because I want it to kind of lighten up at the bottom. It's very slow. That's just my tablet. Okay, cool. Okay, we did a thing.
Use the smooth crease brush
I
to paint
love
some
it, but it's
folds.
fine. Use the what? Smooth crease brush.
But if the folds gets too dark or the color is a bit off, you can lower the layer opacity or use hue saturation to adjust.
Okay, let's take it back.
Next, you change the blending mode to multiply so that the color becomes darker. Use the smooth crease brush to paint some folds.
Alright, let's try to find the smooth crease brush. See, these tutorials are so bad. Like, why wouldn't you tell me where to find the smooth crease brush? Like, Jesus Christ. Like, is that a standard brush? I don't know, because you didn't tell me where it lives. Ooh. Tutorials are bad. So now I will just go through all the brushes to see if that's like a brush I even have. Also, I don't think it's the brush I want. I think smooth crease is not the look I want. It's kind of a very CG looking kind of fade, and I don't think that's what I like. I like traditional watercolor looking fades. But, you know, let's try it. If we even have it, which we don't know because they didn't tell us where to find it. I don't see it. It's not gonna mean those ones. Those ones are okay. I think I went through all of them and we don't have it, so that's fine. Instead, what I'm going to use is something like a kind of, don't delete things, like a soft kind of brushy brush. Yeah, like one of these guys might be fine. Marker might actually be fine. Oh, it's a little fadey around the edges. Okay, let's try. Oh, I'm kind of hesitant. I don't know which one I want. They've just got like a really fuzzy brush they're using. So, I don't know. Do I have a really fuzzy brush? Could make one. Okay, let's do soft and then let's taper that a bit more because it looks more tapered in the let's try it. Okay, what does that do? Do something. Do nothing? Oh, it's doing. Oh, it's just not showing up because that's a clipping layer, so it won't show up off the. I was trying to test it off the dress, but it won't show up. Literally, won't show up off the dress. So let's test it. There. It's huge. Undo. I think that'll work though. Too small. Oh, it's so dark. I feel like I want to set it opacity down. Oh, I feel like I want real opacity though. Stroke, stabilization. I don't know where opacity is. Pretty? No, I don't know. Maximum opacity. Let's turn that way down. There we go. Done. So the problem is once you do this to a brush, then you have to remember you edited the brush. That's better. See, again, it's so CG though. I don't know if you guys can see. I don't like that very CG kind of shadow. It's fine. We'll do it for now just because that's what this tutorial wanted. But I really am not a fan of that because it looks very artificial, right? Oh, the multiply is working though because it gets darker the more I do it. Okay, that's fine. We put some shading on next.
But if the folds gets too dark or the color is a bit off, you can lower the layer opacity or use hue saturation to adjust.
Oh yeah, let's actually try that too because overall it does feel too
It's a bit off.
Okay, how does she do this?
Saturation to adjust. Lower the layer opacity or use hue saturation to adjust.
Too far. That's annoying. I can't really see it while I'm working on it. I guess I could move this
Here
over.
are some examples you can use the clipping mask technique to create.
Yes, that's so dark, but like that's fine.
However, if you want to...
What were your examples? Oh, they were just things. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, all of this person's shading is very that kind of CG style shading, which I don't like. And so like, again, I could do a better tutorial than this because by default I would know not to shade like that if you want it to look like a real illustration.
Will be transparent too.
Wait, what?
To make it look transparent, if you lower the opacity of the base layer to make it look transparent, the texture and the folds will be transparent too.
Cool, let's try that.
So let's move on to the other technique that works with transparent clothing. The masking technique. Go back to use the base layer dress. Make sure it is 100% opacity. Select the layer. And while the layer is selected, create a new layer on top and select mask.
Okay, select the layer, create a new layer.
Don't forget to
select
deselect.
mask.
We will draw textures on this top layer here.
Whoa, hold on, what's going on here? My layers are not in the same places that theirs are. Let's slow down.
Don't forget to deselect.
Okay, hold on. Wait.
Create a new layer on top and select mask. Don't forget to deselect.
Mine didn't do what theirs did. Okay, undo.
Select the layer. And while the layer is selected, create a new layer on top and select mask.
Mine didn't do what hers does. Okay, if I do exactly the same things, mine does not do that. Let's try again though.
Layer on top, select the layer. And while the
oh, you have to select the layer. Okay, see things like that. Okay.
Select the layer. And while the layer is selected,
while the layer is selected,
on top and select mask.
Create a new layer. There we go, and select mask.
Don't forget to deselect.
Oh,
we will draw textures.
Don't
on
forget
this top
to
layer
deselect.
Here.
Okay, on this layer here.
Lower the opacity of the base layer, but keep it a bit visible so you know the area you are working on.
Lower the opacity of the base
Use
layer.
Use the leaf tool to draw texture.
Okay.
Keep the layers blending mode to normal.
Did you switch layers and not tell me?
Keep it visible so you know the area you are working on. Use the leaf tool to draw texture.
She didn't tell me what layer she's on.
Keep the layers blending mode to normal.
I feel like I'm supposed to be on this one. God, these tutorials are so
Use the
bad.
leaf tool to draw texture.
Okay, hold on, one more time.
Lower the opacity of the base layer.
Okay, done.
But keep it a bit visible so you know the area you are working on. Use the leaf tool to draw texture. Keep the layers blending mode to normal.
Just some sort of pattern-y brush. Let's try sparkles. Oh, weird. See what it's doing? It's like super different. Okay, undo, because I don't know what I'm doing. Okay.
For the folds and shading, you can simply copy this layer and stack it on top.
Why is mine not doing what theirs is doing? Okay, let's try a brush that's not a stamp, because I feel like that one might be a stamp, which might be my problem. So let's try just a brush that has some texture. Not textures, though. I don't know what to use here. Okay, is this actually a brush or is it like a stamp? No, it's like a stamp. Okay, cancel. Let's try this guy. That's gonna be a brush for sure. Did that do anything? Oh yes, it's just very light. I saw it that time. Okay, so if I do this, okay, I can see stuff on there, but it's not showing up. Why is it not showing up?
Blending mode. Use the leaf tool to draw texture. Keep the layers blending mode to normal.
Okay, so really what this wants is like something with real brush kind of texture. So I have some with real brush texture. Let's take like one of these ones has real texture. Let's just take the watercolor brush. It's all very hidden. Why is that? What have I layer opacity'd here? That one? Also, wasn't that layer supposed to be up to full opacity? I don't remember. No, we were supposed to drop that one. Okay, so what one? Well, this one. That one's up full. I guess let's try that and see if that makes a difference. Yeah, it makes it darker. Okay. Let's up that a little bit. Oh, is that what we got? Okay. See, she just, they skip so many steps, and then you're like, well, wait a minute, what's that brush supposed to be set at? What's the layer supposed to be set at? Everything, all of it. Excuse you, I don't even know what I'm trying to do here, to tell you the truth. That's better. That's what I want. Dry brush is what I wanted. There we go. That actually looks kind of cute. That's way better. Nope. That's kind of cute. That's kind of fun. Okay, I like that little effect there. Give her a bit of a waistband there, just for fun. Okay, cool. Okay, what am I actually supposed to be doing here?
The layers blending mode to normal.
Okay, so select the layers blending mode to normal.
For the folds and shading, you can simply to draw text visible so you know the area you are working
on.
Yeah. Use the leaf tool to draw texture.
Okay.
Keep the layers blending mode to normal.
Okay, done.
For the folds and shading, you can simply copy this layer and stack it on top. Clear the layer content and change the blending mode to multiply.
Hold on, one more time.
You can simply copy.
Then they go so fast with some things.
For the folds and shading, you can simply copy.
Okay, you can simply copy
this layer and stack it on top. Clear the layer.
Wait, how did you copy it? You didn't actually tell me what you did. I suppose this is the part where you're supposed to know how Procreate works.
For the folds and shading, you can simply copy the...
Oh, there's a copy button. Okay. Copy. It says copied layer, but I don't know where it is.
This layer and stack it on top.
Oh, there's a duplicate
Clear the layer
button.
Content and change the blending mode to multiply. Okay. For the folds and shading, you can simply copy this layer and stack it on top.
Done. And stack it on top. Okay.
Clear the layer content and change the blending mode to multiply.
Whoa, okay. Whoa, hold on. These are screwed up though. Okay, this one I want to clear. Yeah. Oh, that was fun. I didn't know you could clear a layer like that. That's actually really useful. That's super handy. Okay, and see, we are learning something.
Blending mode to multiply.
Blending mode to multiply. Where is multiply? It's up top.
Use the smooth crease brush for folds.
Okay, I'm not using the smooth crease brush, but I will switch to a different brush. Let's switch to like, I don't know.
Tips number 1. When you completely hide the base layer, the dress will look most transparent. However, you can keep the base layer at lower opacity. Adjust the color using hue saturation to create tint color for your dress. Just play around with the design. And here are some examples you can create by using this masking technique.
I don't like that brush. It needs more.
Topic. When you draw
pause. All right, let's try. I don't know what I want for shading on this. Oh, let's try old brush. I don't know. I'm just experimenting here. Not bad. All right, that's not too bad. All right, that's fine. I'm trying to get some more waist definition here. Okay, I think that's good. All right.
You can play around with hue saturation, opacity, current. When you completely hide the base. Tips number 1.
Okay, cool.
Tips number 1.
So
When
if
you
I actually
completely
want
hide the
this to
base
be this
layer, the
transition.
dress will look most transparent.
How did you do that?
When you completely hide the base layer, the dress will look most transparent. However, you can keep the base layer at lower opacity. Adjust the color using hue saturation.
That didn't work at all. What layer are you doing that
Adjust
works
the color
like
using
that?
hue saturation.
Mine just
transparent.
disappears completely.
When you Tips number 1. When you completely hide the base layer.
When I completely hide the base layer, it all completely disappears. So, lol, what? Yeah, like the whole dress disappears. So why doesn't theirs do that?
The dress will look most transparent.
No, the dress will completely be
However,
invisible.
you can keep the base layer at lower opacity. Adjust the color using hue saturation to create tint color.
I don't understand what they're doing in that they can get rid of the base layer and still keep the textures they've added on top. Whereas mine doesn't do that. Yeah, mine just the entire dress and all the textures on top of it disappear completely. Like I don't actually need it very opaque or very transparent. Okay. All right, so I'm learning some things. Okay, how did you do this hue thing? This looks cool.
Adjust the color using hue saturation to create tint color for your dress. Just play around with the design.
Oh, cool.
And here are some examples.
Oh, cool. I love that. That's super fun. Okay, this is cool. So it selected that specific layer, so it's not changing her skin color or anything, just the color of the dress, and that's actually really fun. Look at that. Oh, that is cool. Okay, so this video is worth it just for this one little skill, which I'm sure if I did any tutorial I would have learned, but this is a great skill. Look at that. I can just put it whatever color I want. And I change like how faded it is or how bright it is, how desaturated it is. Oh my god, this is such a cool little tool. Okay, I'm liking this. Make it whatever color I want. Very fun. Can I make it like the neutral color it was supposed to be originally? It's supposed to be kind of a nude color. Yeah, kind of like, well, it's purpley still. I don't know if I can, but because it's a red color, so it doesn't want to lose that red in it. But this is fun. I like this slider. This is such a fun little slider. Okay, what color do I want to leave it on? Something fun. The green is really pretty. Maybe one of these dark greens. It's kind of nice. Cool. Okay, that was a cool little feature to learn about. I like that.
Now let's move on to the next topic. When you draw transparent clothing, sometimes the model's body is visible a bit too much like this.
Okay, next.
To make it less visible,
done.
you can hide it with layer mask.
Okay.
Before you do that, make sure you hide the underwear or merge it with the body.
Okay, we don't have that.
Select mask on the body layer.
Okay, select mask on the body layer. Oh, I guess if I was making it more transparent. I already made mine like super not transparent. But let's make it a little bit more transparent so we can see what it is, whatever they're doing here. Okay, body.
The underwear or merge it with the body.
Cool, that's great. Next.
Select mask on the body layer.
Select mask.
Use the base brush to paint in black color on the layer mask.
Can I select the whole group?
Black is to hide and white is to reveal.
Oh, flatten. I can flatten. Good. That's what I want. Okay, so select this layer and hit mask. Then what?
Layer mask.
Oh, fun.
Black is to hide and reveal.
Okay.
Select mask on the body layer.
Got it.
Use the base brush to paint in black color on the layer mask. Black is to hide and white is to reveal.
Black color, and then I can kind of...
Use the smooth
I'm using like a weird brush.
Half opacity to reveal some parts of the model, so it looks more natural.
This is a cool tip. This tip is actually useful. Okay, we finally got somewhere. Oh,
Tips
so
number
tiny.
2. The tulle dress requires contrast background to stand out. So, it's best to pick the background color that is contrast to the dress color. Tips number 3.
Okay, hold on. I'm still doing this part. This is actually useful. Thank you, lady. Oh, trying not to cut off her arm there. Accidentally. Nope. Okay, so this is actually a useful tip. Thank you. Okay, what was the other thing she said?
Use the smooth crease brush in white color, half opacity, to
Okay, so we want to get rid of all this stuff up here, but then we're going to come in and start smoothing it out down here. Okay, so I want a fluffy brush at half opacity. Okay. Oh, I need to make that line smoother, I guess. Oh no, this is working. There we go, look at that. Okay, cool. That is actually totally working. Come on. Yeah. Get froze. That's okay. That actually totally worked. Okay, except that her dress is a different color up here, so I might have to go through and I don't know if I want to remove her body there. I might just leave it as it is. Okay, but I think I may have overdone that though, because I want the dress to be darker and then her legs won't show up at all. Yeah, so let's undo that a little bit because I may have overdone removing the legs. Okay, let's try that. Now let's up the opacity again on this guy. Like that. And we still got a little bit of leg showing. I think I could cut it down just a bit though. Okay, cool. I don't know if that effect is even really like visible on this one, but I know how to do it now, so that's cool.
Some parts of the model, so it looks more natural.
Maybe I should just make it more translucent.
Tips number 2. The tulle dress requires contrast background to stand out. So, it's best to pick the background color that is contrast to the dress color. Tips number 3. If you want transparent texture to have stronger color, simply duplicate it and adjust the opacity of the new layer as you like.
Alright, what did we just do?
And that's all for the chapter.
Go back again.
Simply duplicate.
Nope.
If you want transparent texture to have stronger color, simply duplicate it and adjust the opacity of the new layer as you like.
Okay,
and that's
so
all for the
this
chapter
one,
1.
Duplicate.
Now let's move on to the chapter
And
2,
then
the brush
adjust
tutorial.
the opacity.
The first set is Glom Fashion Paint, which is
I
basically
don't know if that changed anything.
The first brush here, the base brush, can be used to
Alright,
draw
whatever.
basically almost everything
Okay.
as a base.
I feel like that's a thing though.
Let's draw a new dress, general painting. The first brush here, the base brush.
Oh, I was totally forgetting. If she says base brush, but this is about a brush set. So it's the base brush that comes with the brush set that this tutorial is for. So the fact that they're being weird about where to find these brushes is because you're supposed to have bought the stupid brush pack. So fair enough. Okay.
Can be used to draw basically almost everything as a base layer.
Fair enough.
Let's draw a new dress using the base brush. Tips number 4. When I draw an evening gown, I'd like draw the skirt longer than the legs because it makes the dress looks more elegant.
Suppose I should give my model like hair by default.
Now, we will add some folds onto this gown. The next
I don't
brush
like
is
your smooth crease folds.
which is used to create
Shading
fabric
technique,
folds.
lady.
As folds
It's
can be
bad.
complicated to paint, I'd like to use it along with the help of the
I want
soft
to
brush.
give her
and
some
paintbrush.
hair.
Create a new clipping mask layer for the folds.
Okay, I want to get rid of that black outline layer first of all.
Most of the times, I just use the same color of the base layer for the folds.
And let's give you some hair.
I like to use the smooth crease to draw first as a guideline of where the folds are. Try to match the fold lines with the edge of the hemline. Drawing folds can be complicated. I personally recommend studying the structure of the folds from real images.
Ooh, wrong layer. Undo.
Then,
New
use
layer,
the
please.
soft brush to make
Not
the folds
there.
look softer. You can use Gaussian blur to help at this step too.
Oh, so these layers should be duplicated.
Then use the
one layer.
paintbrush to strengthen the fold lines.
What? Delete those layers. But whatever.
Let's see another brush for folds.
I don't think I like your folds. No, I
Then
hate
use
your
the
folds. They look
paintbrush to strengthen the fold
awful.
lines.
Okay, I'm not paying attention. I'll just let it keep playing because I'm not paying attention to this part. Their folds are terrible. They're not well shaded at all. Too big.
Let's see another brush for folds. This brush is good for creating folds on transparent fabric. Let's draw this piece on the model. Use the masking technique like in the chapter 1.
I don't think we like that.
Lower the opacity
That's
of the
better.
base layer. Use the sharp edge crease to create folds. Here are some more designs using this brush.
Oh, this one has quite a bit of pull to it though. Like it really wants
The sharp
to.
edge crease brush can be used to create pleats texture like this too. Next, the noise brush. There are 2 ways to use this brush. Let's change the opacity of this layer back to 100%. Use the noise brush as an eraser. Erase most parts of the fabric.
Oh, that one looked really good though. Okay, but whatever she just did there actually looked good. Oh, I should be doing this part of the hair behind
It
her
creates
head.
a fine grain texture for transparent clothing.
Let's add a new layer. And
You can also
pop
use it to create gradient shades like
behind
this.
her skin. Good. Yeah, now I can just do whatever I want.
That's all for the chapter 2.
Oh.
Let's move on to the chapter 3. The Glom
This could
fabric
actually
texture
be a
brushes.
bit larger too.
This set has 44 brushes in total. I am grouping the first 15 brushes together as they all create similar tool and transparent textures. Basically, there are two ways you can draw with tool brushes. First, you can use the clipping mask and is the masking technique demonstrated in the chapter 1, while the second one on the right is the stroke by stroke technique.
She is darker color here, but
what you use the long gown.
Okay, let's go back onto this layer and use a different color.
Change the layers from the clipping mask technique to the masking technique. Lower the opacity of the base layer. Use the tool brush number 1 to draw. It is easier to start drawing in the middle first, then move to either side to fill the space. Start with low pressure at the waist, add more pressure in the middle, and end with low pressure at the hemline. All tool brushes are designed to draw in a single stroke so they can create the transparent textures. You can play around with all brushes to see the differences between each of them.
No, I don't like that. No, maybe low lights then. Strike darker. No, don't do anything. Darker. That's better, okay.
Next, the stroke by stroke technique.
No, I don't like any of that.
You don't need to do any masking. Just draw from the waist to the floor.
Maybe a better way to do this. Let me try a different brush. More watercolory painting. Yeah, like one of these dry brushes or something.
There are different ways to end the hemline.
Ew, so big.
You can end the stroke by drawing in low pressure and make a small curve on the floor like this.
That's good.
This applies to all brushes.
Yeah, that's good. That's what I wanted.
And for some brushes like this one, the glitter tool brush, you can swing back a little at the hemline. Just explore different motions that feel right to you.
Oop. Let's go on to that layer.
Some brushes like the tool brush number 3, you can end the stroke with the zigzag motion. And it makes the gown looks even more floor sweeping like.
Oh, does it? I don't want to be mean.
Play around each brush to see different effects.
Okay, I don't really know what I'm doing here. I don't know if I love this hair, but it's fine.
Can happen at the starting tip. There are two ways to fix this.
Ooh.
First, use the warp tool to adjust. Then erase the excessive parts.
Okay, let's switch back to the other brush.
Second, go to the brush studio. Head to Apple Pencil, pressure, and turning point to 0. It will feel easier to draw, but the brush will become more opaque like this. So pick any method that feels right to you.
Okay, that's fine.
Sleeve brush.
No, her hair's like really...
You can actually use this brush in the same way
I want it to be like
brushes.
More,
But the difference is that this brush is better for drawing in smaller areas like sleeves, necklines, or even pants.
No. Okay, what brush do I want here?
Moving on to the next brush, the flowing tool brush. This brush is used to create flowing piece of fabric like this. Start with low pressure and gradually add more pressure to make the fabric bigger and just end the stroke there with high pressure. Next, the net with sharp edge brush. The net with sharp edge brush can be used to draw something like a wedding veil. As this is the transparent fabric, use the masking technique to draw.
Not sure what I'm looking for here. Just experimenting now.
Next, the pleats brush. This brush is straightforward. Again, start drawing the middle so it is easier to control on the sides. Now, we are moving on to the new group of brushes, the feather and fur brushes. These brushes are pretty easy to use.
I feel like her hair looks so dull and blurry and not sharp at all.
Moving on to the lace brushes. For the base layer, I like to use the color that is a bit darker than the skin tone. The lace texture and the net brush is the general pattern that you can paint on directly. But for the draw on lace brushes is a bit different. These brushes is designed to draw on the fabric randomly like this.
I'm not really liking any of this. Why can't I get a smooth line? Brush pen. Done.
You can use it on blouses, gowns, or even on the model's
That's
body.
what I want. Too big. Ugh, it's so
Use with the masking technique
lumpy though.
where you want transparency.
Yeah, I don't want her hair
Next,
just quite so
the common
fuzzy.
texture brushes. Let's draw a short
Yeah, I want it
skirt
to look
using
crisper.
a dark brown color. Before we draw some textures on, here's the tips number 5. If you want to draw cloth in light color, always use the dark color on the base layer, then use the light color on the texture layer.
That's better already.
And vice
Okay, now we're
versa.
getting somewhere. I just needed a different brush.
Let's start with the first brush of this group. The faux fur texture and the faux suede brushes are good for drawing something like smart casual outfits. For examples, overcoat, skirt, sweater. The knit brush is used to draw from top to bottom to fill the area.
That's better. Okay, I don't love her hair, but it's better than it was
Simply paint
before.
on the area.
That's fine. Whatever. Cool. It's not great. It's fine. Okay, I understand how your texture brushes work. That's great. Her head is also too small for this, but whatever. I don't care. Done. Okay, let's duplicate that.
Tips number 6. If you find that the scale of the texture of pattern is either too big or too small, you can adjust the brush property. Select the brush. In the Brush Studio, select Grain and adjust the scale using the slide bar. Now moving on to the common pattern brushes. Use contrast color to draw pattern. Tips number 7. As you can see, the pattern brush looks flat when you
Trying to make
paint
a
onto the
group
base
here.
layer. But you can make it look better by using the Liquify tool. First, draw strong folds to trick the eyes.
Why are these at different levels? I don't know how this works.
Then go to
Undo,
Adjustment, select
undo.
Liquify. Use Pinch
Undo.
or Edge to draw on the shadow areas.
Undo. Undo. Okay, how do I
Adjust the setting
put
to
these
fit your hand pressure.
into a group?
Then use Expand to draw the highlight areas of the folds.
Yeah, that's what I want.
This technique only works well with certain types of patterns
Nope.
that look flexible like this one.
Oh, I just
That's
need
it
to
for
lay it
chapter
added into
3.
this layer.
Let's go to the last chapter of the
No,
tutorial.
it's still. How come I can't?
Glom down.
How come I can't layer more than 2 things into one layer group? That's what I want. I just want you to all be in the same. I don't want a whole new layer group. No, that's not at all what I want. No, I don't need that to be its own group. I just want it to be part of this. Oh my god, I end up with like 500 layer groups and I don't know why. I just want one layer group. There's probably a really easy way to do this and I'm doing it wrong. Okay, can I... What? Can I select these? No, that's something else entirely. Okay, no, that's not what I wanted to do. It's not, didn't work at all. Okay, that's a layer group. Can I add this into that group? There we go, I did it. Okay, I successfully did it, Jesus Christ. Okay. Oh, what is this layer? I don't even know what this is. These just textures? Are these paper textures that I don't even know how to use? I didn't learn how to do any of this stuff. Cool. All right, I don't know why it's on top, but sure. All right, so that is the thing. Cool. This is probably the one I should duplicate, not the other one. Because that was complicated to achieve. I'll duplicate that one. Now I got a bunch of these, but whatever. She has hair now. Cool. All right, anything else in this tutorial that's useful?
Let's start with the frills first.
These are all your specific brushes. That's cool though. Okay, this tutorial did have some useful things. Just, I'm still flabbergasted at how hard it is to find a useful tutorial for the specific topic. Yeah, apparently, I guess I should create these tutorials because they do not come up. Like, someone probably has one on YouTube somewhere, but it does not show up in Okay, how I draw using Procreate. Let's try this one, see if it's any good. Her shoulders are too wide. I wonder if I can fix that.
I love this pose. I always use this as well. I just want to draw and I don't want to plan out a beautiful way. I can start straight away, put some lines down. It seems to flow. It's the benefit of using something well known. I want to try. So I'm going to draw a woman in a kimono and she's going shopping. This is just mapping out the terrain of the illustration. You see I use a big fat 6B style pencil, so you can draw over and over your lines and still see where you're going, what you can do. Getting everything in place, and then I cut it with a fine liner. Just like if I was using a pen and paper, you go over it with a slightly finer line and start to take out the bulk.
There we go.
On Procreate, obviously, you can just do this in layers. It's as easy as deleting a page. Coming right close here. It's my favourite hairstyle. I love the second part with that line at the base of the skull. This is probably the most regular face I use. She's got a small nose, small lips. Everything's small. It's understated.
Her head is small, so I'm just kind of smallening her shoulders to make her head look less small. That's a bit more proportionate. It's just not that much. And since I put the hair on that back layer, I can do this and the hair stays fine, which is cool. Okay, I think that's a bit better. This arm is now too long, but again, I don't think I care that much. Okay, is this guy giving any actual tips, or is he just showing his process? Yeah, I don't think he's actually giving any tips.
trope of mine. I love to have a lot of jewelry.
Yeah, because he's showing what he's doing, but he's not telling us how he's doing it or what he's doing.
See, I'm using a studio brush. Come in, go around the outside. And I'm still colouring. I'm still a bit analog at heart. I could have filled that by dragging it in, but I colour it in. And then I go over with shading. I use a pencil, a really low opacity with a big brush. See,
Okay, he is giving some tips though here.
ever so gradually.
Like he's using his pencil and stuff for shading, which is smart. I don't know why I didn't try using pencil for shading. That's what I should have done to start. Maybe let's add a shading layer.
Makeup, got all my palettes set, my lips. You just use the same brush again. Just start hard in the middle and then soften as you go out. You don't get too much of a lip line. At the moment, I don't draw too much makeup on it, to be honest. So it's not the biggest
Is there a pencil category? Sketching.
how when we used to use makeup, they put on a
Procreate pencil.
brush.
He said at a low.
Like a Japanese
Is this one opacity, I think? Okay, hold on. Yeah, it is. Okay. Oh, it's already a largest size though. There isn't a larger pencil? Like, oil pastels probably do what I want. Oh, except that's huge.
What I've done is I've dropped out the background of white, and I've got a sort of spongy background of dark beige that I always have on there. So I can drop out the white and do, when I'm doing hair, which is extremely blonde and white, I can see where hair meets the line and not the page.
Probably I want this to be some sort of clipping mask so that it only, yeah, so that it only affects the skin and not the hair if I do that.
So it's absolute game changer. You can see it come together. I put some highlights as well on the neck. It's a bit glary, but that's just because of
Okay, so this tutorial had at least one useful thing.
It's surprising how dark you can go with your high and low lights when you're doing hair. That's quite a dark
Oh yeah, drop the opacity.
And when you're doing someone who's really blonde, as you can see, it works. You need that. You need the darkness. Otherwise there's no light. Otherwise it's all just one colour.
I don't really know what I'm doing here. Just adding random shades. I'm just experimenting.
Donkeys use. And this is where I start to use the fill. So you go around slowly and surely. Make sure you don't go too far outside the lines. And then you can drop the colour inside. Always tracing, lacing every once in a while. There's the t-shirt. See how big that was? I haven't used the 8 after drawing something like this with pencils and paper. I go around to the trousers. And the great thing
I don't even know where I want to put shadows here.
If I don't like that colour, as you'll see actually later on, you might not like the colour they are. I've got a base and you can refill it with any colour you want. I can make them magenta if I want to. There you go. Made them sort of, what's that? Cornflower blue? Cerulean?
Of the opacity.
Another case of
Lower.
quite
Oh, maybe too much
Usually
drop.
just colour them in a nice light neutral colour, not white but something cream. And I'll come in and put in that colour that once I've worked out what I actually want the kimono to be. So I knew I was doing kimono, but I didn't know what was on it. And you see that later on in the video how I worked that out.
It's so interesting that I don't have to worry about going off the edge of her. That's such a useful technique because, yeah, I'm used to really having to pay attention to
So I get all happy.
not going outside the lines, obviously, and this is way more interesting.
Actually drawing with a pen and pencil.
Okay.
So much easier.
Like, this is stuff I don't need to shade because obviously that'd be under her skin. Or under clothes.
Yellow down. Gold is about.
Let's drop that opacity again and give her some
Again, it's like the hair. So you
shading.
put in the base, gold. This is a lovely, what's that, like a sandy yellow.
Where her face would have some
And
shade.
then I come in into this, you'll see you put in just dabs. Little dabs of really dark brown, light brown, a bit of soft yellow or a sandy color that you don't see.
Actually, I should probably just give her a face. I should definitely start a new layer if I'm giving her a face, though. Just a new layer. Yeah. Okay, let's do brushes. Procreate. Let's try line art brush. What does that look like? Undo.
If you zoom in, you go, oh yeah, that's gold. She's wearing leather sandals.
Very dark brown.
Spectacular sunglasses. And there's the logo. Shadow.
More brown than
All
that,
about
though.
the extremities. The middle work. Gold is just yellow. It's not shiny until you put it in black and white.
No. No. Probably I want this one. Did I just try this one? I did. Okay, I don't want that one.
Call it shading. It's the detail of the
Brush pen is going to be too smooth, isn't it? Yeah, it looks too artificial though.
come in with a glow.
Go away, thank you.
G. I think. Yeah, gloaming. And I set it to low,
Try
to medium, with a large brush, and you can just paste in a couple of layers. It'll take minutes.
Okay, so technical pen, that's also going to be too,
So you've got a big, medium color.
it's not the worst.
Some sharper dark colors.
What do I want here? Detailing brush? I don't really know. That's
Then
too
you're just
rough.
mapping shadows and mapping light. If you think about it,
This line brush?
if they sort of fall, your hand will
That's
just go to
too-
where they should
yeah.
be. Put it under a knee, or if something's foreshortened, then that will be darker. I'm not saying it's easy, it takes decades to learn. Once you do,
Okay, let's try brush pen. I think brush pen's the one. Okay, so I'm on a new layer to confirm. Yes. Okay, so I can do whatever I want. Okay. If I don't like it, I can delete it. Okay. So I already kind of put in some shading where her face should be. So let's give her like some double check. Yeah, her eyes are in the right place. Let's give her some eyebrows. I think I have a specific eyebrow brush though. No, I want to see if I can find it. Eyebrow brush. Let's try that. Okay, done. Too big. Come on. Froze again. My tablet is not used to all this. Okay, so I guess I should also just be trying to sketch this without Is that the right size for her eyes? I don't think that's the right size or placement. I think I should do a layer of like eyeball placement here before I do all of this. This looks so stupid. But if I can get it right, it'll look great. Okay, do those features look in the right place? They actually look surprisingly in the right place, so let's add a new layer on top of that and work on that layer.
This is always tricky. It's just trial and error with this, because it can look like. See, it doesn't look right there, so I take that bit out. And once you've
Oh, I like watching him do the sunglasses. That's kind of cool. Her face is going to look less ridiculous when I'm finished. These are just drawing marks. Just, oh, see, that eye looks bad now.
It's about detailing all the other bits. This is the brown leather bag.
What do I have going on here with her eyes?
Black and white, that is actually the important part.
I think they're too far apart. They're too wide.
You see the stitch stones. Big old shopping bags. Again with the glowing pen and just add.
They might be a little bit too small too. Okay, so let's make them a bit bigger.
You've got a 3D form, there's a bit of shape. Fill them up with kimonos all day long.
Oh, and the problem was they weren't close enough together, so let's make them closer.
Oh,
Please go away, line.
very fast.
Undo.
Nice, I think.
Thank you. Nope, I hate that. I hate that. Okay.
And then the sketching process.
I think that is better.
You're sketching on top of the sketch, but you want. I haven't planned it, so I'm going to place everything now. If there's rivers, you start with a river at the hand. That makes sense, doesn't it? It's sort of geographically correct. And they're fantastic to meander along.
I should just remove those eyebrows because they're not helping. They're in the wrong places.
Little slow Japanese stylized rivers, just lines, aren't they? And they're often left blank on a kimono, so they're white, quite apparent. And obviously they look good if they're silver. And then wisteria, that's the most beautiful. The house near where I live, in spring, it's covered in wisteria. It looks like something out of Bridgerton. You'd think it was CGI'd or wasn't it, but it's there. I walk past it, it's absolutely stunning. And then I've chosen this sort of iris colour. It's
Yeah, I think that's
blue,
fine.
but just at the very edge before you tip into violet. Very iridescent. And you can imagine, like I've actually got thread colour and silk. Naturally, it's something that's direct opposite. Lovely. What would you call that? Vermilion or scarlet? The scarlet, I call that. There's the green. See, look, just fill it in. Can you imagine?
This guy's actually not bad. It's not like a tutorial. It's more like a walkthrough of what he does. But I think I could actually, if I was paying attention to him, I could actually probably pick up some stuff from this.
Blue, yellow, and red. Red letter star. And there's white ribbons. My name. I shouldn't be making that many mistakes while I write my own name. Place it onto the bag. That's all you need. I think it looks fantastic, that, because a good bag.
Ooh! Oh wow, that eraser just really went hard.
Put my name. Maybe she's shocked.
Smaller.
Hold on. Time serves a limit. I hope you enjoy it.
I want our eyebrows to be a little bit thicker, more modern. I have to be careful because I love nice, classic thin eyebrows, and I have to remember to draw them more thick. A little more blocky.
Welcome back to my channel, guys. Today
No, I don't want to know how to. I don't want to learn how to make a croquis in Procreate because I already did that. That part is not an issue. Why don't I like this eyebrow? Please be better. Is that better? No, it's not worse. Okay, she needs real eyes now. Let's do that. Okay, I want a different brush. Let's try the lineup brush. No, let's try the... No, I was already using the eyebrow brush. So let's try line brush. Is there an eye brush in this pack? Eye brush. Let's see if the eye brush works. Nope, that's for like coloring in the eye. Okay, that's fine. Brush. That's probably what I want. Okay. Let's just do a darker color if I can. I can, obviously. That is possible. I need a different brush though. This is not working. Let's try recent, try technical pen probably. Yeah. And even smaller than that, honestly. Oh, I hate this eye now that I've drawn it in for real. That's awful. Ooh, we do not like that. We do not like that even one little bit. Not even. Not even at all, not even close. Okay, we hate all of that. Go away. Okay, let's try again. I'm just trying to get rid of all this extra stuff I put on here. Okay, I liked her eye by default, so I guess it's the center part that I like and not the outside lines. So let's try to work on those. No, oh my god, I'm just like ruining that outer edge is just bad. Why can't I get this to work? I guess it really needs to stop exactly where it is on the thing, or maybe like even shorter. Wow, funny. I wish it would stop zooming out quite so far when I do that. Okay, that's better. I think we're getting somewhere now. Maybe, I don't know. Ah, I wish it wouldn't do that. Okay, I think that is better. Oh, her eyes are looking in two different directions. Okay, I need to pull this one back more. Is it gonna work? That's better. I think that's fine. Okay, now let's actually try to use that eye brush, because that was kind of cool. Let's give her an eye color. Let's do like this nice dark greeny thing. Sure, why not? I suppose this should be on a layer underneath this though. Add layer. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Now what size is this brush? It needs to be very small. Let's try that. Hey, that's not bad. That's actually pretty much what I wanted. Gives it a very, just overlaying it gives it a very interesting look with all this other stuff going on in here. I'm gonna go back in and add a highlight it to this one after, because it doesn't really have one. And a pupil too, I guess. Okay, yeah, let's go in and add kind of, there's gotta be a, oh, there is a color dropper tool. I think you just like hold down. Yeah, good. Let's do that. Okay, I should have done the pupil first, obviously. Like her eyes are 2 different sizes. And I also feel like that's something you can fix in Procreate, but I don't know how. See, like, I've seen people do cool stuff because I watch this kind of stuff on, like, YouTube and things. Just not enough that I actually know what I'm doing. Okay, let's go back to that. The technical pen, probably? That was doing such a great job with see, how do I remember what it was what color I was just on previously? Can you, like, remember what I recently used? How come you don't? I'm sure you do, I just don't know where it is. Where does it live when it remembers what you recently used? Yeah, I don't know. I guess I should maybe do an actual, like, go through a basic Procreate tutorial at some point. Might not be the worst idea ever. Okay, what time is it? I should probably go to bed at some point. I should go to bed now. Okay. Okay, and let's maybe see again. I want to. Come on, nose, thank you. The idea here is this turns into a really cute little nose if you do it right. And I don't know if I know how to do it right, but I wanted to practice. Okay, so let's, yeah, so the idea is if you hide that layer, then that's still not cute, but not too bad. Ooh. Okay, so what I want to do is get rid of that. And kind of like that, and that's probably not too shabby. Okay, and then we're going to do the lips, and then we're going to be done because I want to go to bed now. I am ready to go to bed now. Okay, let's take this and let's try to take it more red. I'm pretty sure there's a lip brush in this pack. I did use this when I first got it. It was just a while ago. Lip brush, where is it? Mouth brush, it's called mouth brush, okay. What size is it? Very, very huge, okay. Yeah, and see all of these brushes nicely layer over each other. Create some of that. I feel like I'm working on too small of a canvas here, which is frustrating. Okay, let me take away that layer and see what we've got. That's not too bad. I mean, I think this is the first real face I've tried to draw in Canva. Not in Canva, in Procreate. It's not the worst thing. It's also obviously not finished, but I don't know, kind of looks like a face, especially from a distance, which is kind of the point. Undo. Yeah, I would want to redo that in the future, but that was a good practice face and kind of practice with some of the stuff. I don't like these big yellow splotches she's ended up with all over her, but I guess that's just the way the skin texture worked. Undo. Okay, I think I'm done for now. That was something though. Alright, cool. We also did this one, which actually turned out half decent. Doesn't have any hair though, or face, but kind of cute. Alright, let's find someone to rate, I guess. I'll leave that one open. Yeah, because it's getting late and I do have to be up in the morning. Alright, who's doing art? Anyone doing art? Also run an ad because we haven't done one yet today. Computer's actually being pretty smooth right now, which is always nice. All right, let's see if we can raid Your Face is Pretty, who is doing some digital art right now. All right, so we've got art raid, and then okay, so oh, that's not how you spell raid. I will not be streaming tomorrow because I will be out of town, and then I'm not sure I'm going to be streaming on Friday, but hopefully on Thursday, Friday, not Thursday, Thursday's tomorrow, hopefully on Friday, and then maybe over the weekend as well. I'm not quite sure yet, but planning to do some more streams this weekend. I want to do karaoke this weekend, so my goal is to do karaoke either on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. So if you like Has Been Hotel, first of all, check out my mugs for sale. They are awesome, and they turned out really nice. And other than that, yeah, come hang out and sing Has Been karaoke with me this weekend. If you have any tips or tutorials that you liked on Procreate, let me know. Other than that, I hope everyone had an excellent day. My name is Natasha. We do co-working and creative streams around here, things like fashion design and art, as well as writing club. We did book club earlier this week. Lots of cool stuff. So I'm trying to stream lots and very regularly right now because my life is still a little bit wild because I'm trying to get resettled. Hey Tanshi, how's it going? Still trying to get resettled here, but yeah. Hopefully lots of cool streams coming up. Karaoke, Has Been, fashion, co-working. Bye everyone!